Welcome to Straight From the Muzzle, folks, where we are anything but straight. My name is Space.
And I'm Bean.
And we welcome you guys to our show. Which, by the way, I just want to point out that the last few shows that we have uploaded in June, people have made such a big deal about our intro, which is we're Straight From the Muzzle, where we're anything but straight. And people are like, I don't get it. I'm like, it's a joke. What part about the joke do you not get? I could throw a book at you and you wouldn't get it.
Oh my God.
Come on.
The joke went right over their head. That's not a hard joke to get.
It's really not. It's just a joke. The fact that it's called Straight From the Muzzle, but we're definitely not straight. There you go.
It's called irony, sweetheart.
There you go. Yeah. I don't know where we came up with it either. I don't know if I just kind of like.
I think I spit it out. I spit it out and I said, yeah, because we were trying to figure out what to do for our new intro for the podcast. And I was like, well, why don't we do We're Anything But Straight? And then you liked it. And then I was like, it could just be a placeholder because it's kind of silly. And then we just never came up with something else. And now we love it.
And it just like rolls off the tongue just perfectly. So it's just something we have. So if you didn't get it then, at least let's hope you get it now. And if you don't get it now, I'm sorry, there is no hope for you for the rest of your life. Today's show, well, how do you want to explain it?
Okay, so...
Stupid, what it is.
Throughout the whole month of June, we've been uploading Pride-related episodes because it's Pride Month. And this episode was supposed to be a Q&A where y'all were supposed to email us questions, ask us questions revolving around the LGBT community, because Space and I are some, well-seasoned gays.
Well, it wasn't even that. It was something else.
Anything.
It was something else first, but we could never find the time for it. So then we're like, all right, Q&A. This will be easy because, it's not hard to get questions from you guys, but apparently it is much harder than we thought. Because
we were originally going to do a show where we were going to interview a transgender furry, but we couldn't get our schedules to line up, so we couldn't get the interview in time. So we tried to get y'all to ask us questions, and then that didn't work because it was also kind of last minute, so we probably didn't give y'all enough time. And so now we're doing something. We're calling it Spitfire Friday.
Yep.
So Spitfire Friday is when we have to come up with some random bullshit for a show because either our fans didn't cooperate or we just didn't have a schedule
we
set
didn't
up
fall
properly.
Through.
Yeah.
So in a sense, we have to put something together because we have to release a podcast episode every Friday. And we have a set schedule. And if we don't do that, then we basically... Well, we kind of fall apart. So we just have to stay on schedule. So we're just like, we have to do something today. Something like, okay, I'm pretty sure I can find something, we can read like, emails. And I look at our emails and I'm like, I only have 5 emails and they're all like one sentence long. What the hell is this? So I'm like, can't do that. And then I'm thinking, all right, well, maybe I'll just talk about some beef that, I've had on Facebook, but then I'm just like, we just like decided like that's not good enough. And then you just came out of nowhere with this, which is 109 funny ways to get to know people.
So Space and I have known each other for a while,
yep.
But I feel like we need to dive deeper. So I pulled up a website that's just 109 random ass questions, and we're going to ask each other back and forth these questions, and we're going to answer honestly. We have not read many of these, so we don't know what's coming. I've only read up to like 4 of them so far. Yeah, so, it's a surprise. And I know it may seem irresponsible for us to, not have a legitimate Pride episode come out for the last part of this month, but things
fuck
happen.
You.
And also and fuck you, but also sometimes the funniest shows come out of just random topics that we have to wiggle in. So because this has happened to us in the past and a lot of them have ended up being successful, so why not?
I always find like the plan shows that we've done like on YouTube and stuff, those are fun, but they were never like, it was almost like planned excitement, and you can't get like real emotion out of planned questions. So it's easy. It's just better to do it, spontaneously. So this will be fun. I'm excited for this. I've only read up to like 4 of the questions, but what we have decided to do is that Bean will read all of the odd numbered questions, and I will read all of the even numbered questions. And we'll try to get as many as we can in the 1 hour that we record. So we'll also include this link in the description of when you guys are down. Who the hell is calling me? I don't know, you bitch. Hang up. I literally just like took my finger to like, whoop. I'll tell you what, like if you're calling me on my phone and you don't text me, because you will text me first, and if you don't text me who you are, you're blocked. So it's just like I get lots of I get lots of like random texts from like spammers and like telemarketers, and I just respond back to, thank you for subscribing to Gay of the Day. 99 cents has been deducted. Would you like to continue? And sometimes they like message back and I'm like, sorry, the word no is not an option. So they get really pissed. So I'm just like, I'm a scammer. So
that's great. What the heck is that sound? What are you doing?
Remember that dart gun that I was playing with the other episode?
The what?
Remember I was pulling out like a Nerf gun from like a package, and you're like, what are you doing?
Okay.
Well, some of the darts have suction cups on them, and they make these really fun noises on his desk.
We are not an ASMR show.
You know, we're not. Anyways, let's get to it, because some of these are pretty good. I'm pretty sure I haven't explained any of these questions that I've seen so far on a show before. So, you take the lead, because you're the odd question.
All right. So, Space, what is the dumbest way you've ever been injured?
Okay. So, my first job, I worked at a fun center, and I was just kind of like brand new on the job, and they put me on the rookie go-kart track. There are 2 types of go-kart tracks out at this fun center, the fast-paced one and the one for kids. Whoever thought it was a good idea to let kids get behind a wheel is stupid. But you know what? It makes money. So I'm on the track. We're getting ready. Like, we've just explained to the kids, like, all the rules, gotten them all, like, you know, buckled in, and made sure they know the difference between go and stop and the pedal functions, all that stuff. And I, like, no joke, for some odd reason, so we let the kids go out, but we have this giant gate. This gate is like, it's not a gate. It kind of looks like a curb almost, but it's like this big, kind of like almost about a foot width, and then probably about 15-20 feet in a curvish looking shape, and you have to like pull this like lever up to basically unlock the gate and then lower it down. So normally I just let the kids go out, and then the other attendant in there kind of signals them to go all the way around. Well, we were having issues that day. The go-karts kept like stalling in the pit. I got one kid out on the track, wasn't really even paying attention. And as I start to realize that he's on his way back, half of the kids haven't even left the stall yet. And this kid's coming right towards me. And for the first time, I'm like, hit the brakes, just crash. And this kid's like, la, la, la. Like, you know, I'm like, oh my God, what's going to happen? So like, I let go of the gate, because I know the kid's going to hit the gate regardless. And I somehow trip over the gate and spiral fracture my leg, all while a kid is coming out. And I grab onto the side of his car, and I'm like, stop! And the kid stops, and I'm like, oh my God, thank you. And I get on the radio, and I call, man down, I've broken my leg. And no one believed me until they looked up to realize I am not standing up. So from there on out, like every time someone said man down on the radio, it was always a reference to me falling down. I have never been able to live
Kids are fucking brutal.
They really are. And they just don't pay attention. I don't get why would we let kids drive go-karts? What? No. That was the dumbest way I've been injured.
Oh God.
Here's a question for you. Serious question here. Do you count your steps?
Do I count like when I'm walking? I guess.
Yeah, or do you have like a step counter, I guess? Or
something I do actually when I'm nervous and when I have to do something. Like if I have to ask somebody a question, I will count to 10 and then make myself ask when I hit 10. And if I'm walking, I count my steps when I have to. So, like, for example, I was at a convention and I had my fiance was with me, but at the time we weren't even dating. I just had a big old crush on her, and I wanted to ask her out on a date. And we were walking around outside, and I was counting my steps, 1, 2, 3. I was like, okay, when I get to 10, I'll ask her, and then I hit 10, and I would be like, I'll start over, 1, 2. So we walked a good 40 steps
God.
before I mustered the courage to actually like hit 10 and then ask her on a date. But then when I asked her on the date, this is a lesbian struggle. She thought I was just asking her to like hang out, which who hangs out at dinner and a movie, first of all. So she didn't even understand that I was trying to ask her out until she was heading home in her car, and she was like, wait, and she texted me. She was like, wait, were you asking me on a date? And I'm like, yes. So
Oh my God.
I do count my steps, but only when I'm about to do something that, is nerve-wracking.
That's great. I don't know how to answer this next question.
Okay, it's Faith. What is something I would never guess about you? Like a guilty pleasure, or like something that you did once that people will be like, oh, Space would never do that. Like,
there's a lot of things I've countlessly done. There's one secret one that I will never tell anyone publicly. I will tell you, Bean, but I will not tell you on the air. I'll tell you
come up with a
afterwards,
message.
just because I know a lot of people would. So I have an affinity for all things paranormal. I love, like, I know it sounds weird, but I love like missing person cases, cold cases, things that you can't explain that do happen. You've got the evidence to kind of back it up, but you can't prove it. That kind of stuff I love. Like, no joke, I just finished watching one documentary called, what was it called? Missing 411. It's about this old, well, he's not old, so he's a retired like police detective, but he investigates over 1,200 missing cases and actually lines them. It kind of points out like the similarities between all of them and how they're all happening around national parks, not just in the United States, but around the world. Yet no one can explain what happened to these people. No one knows what's happened to them, how they come to be. Like, sometimes they'll find like their clothes, but they're perfect 3 years later. Like, how do these clothes just automatically just get there out of nowhere? So there's just like things like that I just have a love for. So if you got paranormal stories or videos, share them with me, because I love
God, I can just imagine a picture of your persona. It's like somebody like, Space, what's your hobby? And then it zooms in real close on your face and it's like, murder.
Yeah, murder. And baking. So, yeah, that's my guilty little pleasure right there.
Oh my gosh.
So Bean, what is your most unusual talent?
I don't really know if it's necessarily unusual, but it's something a lot of people don't do, I guess. I can fix a lot of mundane items that people would either just like replace or throw away if it breaks. Like I fixed a lamp. I sew holes in clothing. I make my own pillowcases when mine get ripped up. And even bigger things, like I've repurposed a filing cabinet. I like actually took one that was all dented and fucked up, and I got rid of the dents. I sanded it down and I painted it with chalkboard paint, and then lined the edges of it with like wood paneling so it looked like a little chalkboard, and I gave it to my sister when she became a teacher.
That's cool.
And I've also made a parrot stand for myself, since they're really fucking expensive, like $300, $400 for, a rolling branch pretty much. So I made my own out of a magnolia tree branch that I cut down and sanded, and I just stuck that on the base of an office chair so it had wheels, and I wrapped it up in rope and hung some homemade bird toys on it. And that's another thing I do. I make my own parrot toys because those are also very expensive for no reason. You can make them easily for a couple of bucks each instead of spending $16 on one of them.
Yeah, that just seems like something that I could see you doing is making your own parrot toys.
Yeah, I have a fun time doing it. Like you just use paper, wood, you poke holes in the wood and just string it on. Because parrots destroy toys so quickly, and a good bird toy is around $10 to $15 for a small one. So if you have a macaw, they're like $30 for a toy, and they tear them up within like a week. So
Oh
making
wow,
your own is very helpful. Parrots are expensive, man.
I bet they are. That's a good thing I don't have a pet. Probably because they die on me all the time.
What the heck, Space?
Not like a furry little pet or anything or a bird. It's just every time we have a fish or like a lizard.
Fish are actually surprisingly hard to keep. I think a lot of people don't know that, but a lot of people are like, "Oh, get a pet fish. It's easy." And no, aquariums are a lot harder to upkeep than like a terrarium of some kind.
I think it's a life goal that you meet if you can keep your fish alive for more than 1 week. Then you know that you've accomplished something in life, and then you move on to the next thing and try to keep it alive for another week.
Okay, let me ask you one question. When you buy the fish, do you immediately just put it in the fish tank?
Well, yeah, that's what everyone does.
No, you're supposed to take the bag that it comes in and let it float in the water for a couple hours so the temperature gets like used to it.
Oh.
So you might be just dumping your fish into a tank and then it gets in shock and dies because of the temperature difference.
Oh, that's good to know. I'm unintentionally torturing my fish.
Rest in peace, Space's fish.
For real. God bless their soul somewhere. Anyways, I've been trying to mule over this next question. I don't really know. I've got a lot of things. It's your turn to ask, though.
Mm-hmm. What is the most awkward thing that happens to you on a regular basis?
So I don't think this is a question or an answer you guys might be surprised on, perhaps maybe because I make fun of it all the time. But I have a tendency to slur my words when I'm talking. And so 2 words become 1 and then we'll make a joke of it. So it's awkward because it's like, I know better, but it's in the middle. I could be in the middle of like talking with someone, either important or just like a coworker. And I'm just like, just keep going as if it never happened, just keep going. And that's what I do. And I never look back. And then I'm just like, oh my God, what the hell did I just say? Even though I just said I'd never look back. Contradiction. Yay.
That happens to me all the time. And usually I do the same thing. I just keep on going and hope that people either don't notice or don't care. But my fiance always points it out. Like I say something wrong and she's like, oh, what was that? Oh, what was that? And I'm like, shut up.
God. All right. What is the funniest thing you've seen a kid do?
Okay.
Wait, am I on odd number questions? I thought I was on odd number questions.
No, you're asking me even.
Oh, okay.
You're answering
Anyways,
odd.
what's the funny? No joke. Yeah, what's the funniest thing you've ever seen a kid do?
All right. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but I used to do student teaching with elementary school aged kids. So I've seen a lot of funny and terrible things. 2 come to mind. I'll tell both of them just because they're both fairly short stories. So the first one, I was working with a first grade classroom and I was taking the students out for a bathroom break. So they line up by the door, you take them out, and they line up against the wall and you put 3 students in at a time. So there were usually 2 classrooms will come out at the same time for their bathroom breaks, and you can only do 2 classrooms at a time so it doesn't get too crowded. And so this other teacher who had her students out, she was standing in the middle of the hallway with me. We were watching the kids, making sure, they were doing what they needed to do. And I heard the, nastiest, grossest, wettest sneeze come from behind me.
Oh.
And I turned and looked at this child, and he looked like he was about to let out another sneeze. But the teacher was like, no, Trayvon, remember, when you sneeze, dab. And this kid, about to sneeze again, looks at the teacher and then dabs and sneezes a snot bomb into his elbow.
That is awesome.
So he dabbed it to his arm, sneezed, and when he pulled his arm away, there was just a glob of snot in the pivot of his elbow. And I was like, oh my God.
so gross.
I was trying so hard to keep a professional face, but I just wanted to die laughing because this kid.
That's so gross. When you sneeze,
dab. Because like he didn't cover his mouth.
Next time I do it.
He didn't cover his mouth, so that's how the teacher taught the kids to sneeze into their elbows.
That's how I'm going to sneeze from the rest of my life, is I'm going to dab into it until someone says something.
It's so funny. And the second one, it was more funny for me than for the kid. But I was in a Target, and I was looking around just getting some things. I don't even remember what I was getting. But there was this mom with her easily maybe 11 or 12-year-old son. And this son was being a little asshole. He was like bothering the mom, just talking about inappropriate stuff in public, like, poo-poo, pee-pee jokes, what kids talk about. And like touching a lot of stuff and like being like, Mom, can I have this? Mom, can I have that? He was too old to be doing this, mind you. Like if it was a little 9, 10-year-old, be like, that's a little bit different. But this is like a 12-year-old boy. Okay. You about to be a teenager. And he was like holding some kind of like Nerf gun thing, and he was like, Mom, can you get me this? Get me this. And she kept telling him like, no, you can't have that, da 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 da. But he kept like carrying it around and not listening to his mom. And so I scoot up beside them, and this kid is like being a little jerk, and I give him the nastiest put that down, child, like that the mom look.
Oh,
and this is me. I'm a stranger to this child. This child does not know me. And I look at this kid, I give him a look, and I say, listen to your mom. And the mom looks at me. And this can either go one of two ways. Either the parent will get angry at you for intervening, or they will be thankful. In this case, the mom was thankful, and the kid like looked at me with the fear of God in his eyes, and it was like the funniest look. Because I've never seen a child look at me like that.
Oh my God.
But this kid, he was just like, did a stranger just really tell me to listen to my mom? And he just slowly like put away the Nerf gun and then walked off with his mom in silence. And I was like, it takes a village to raise a child.
Kids, though, I mean, they're so unpredictable.
Like, you were about to be 13, I bet. Either that or you had a crazy growth spurt. But either way, you were too old to be begging your mom for a Nerf gun.
Seriously, go get a job. Just kidding, you can't. Child love.
Yeah.
God. If I had a stranger come up to me and say that, I'd be like, I probably would do the same thing too. I'd probably be in shock and be like, who? Stranger danger. There is some serious stranger danger going on here.
Oh, man. Okay,
right.
Spades, what is your worst bug-related story?
Okay, so can we, I know they're not technically insects, but, well, maybe they are. Spiders? Would that be
They're
okay?
arachnids, but we'll include them.
Okay, because they're freaky as fuck. Okay, so as odd as it is, I do like to watch like spider, videos on YouTube, but I don't ever want to come in contact with them ever. There was one time I remember living with my mom, and we had just gotten home from Costco, and there was this big ass, like, it looked like it was dead. I'm pretty sure it was already dead, but it was a big ass wolf spider, and the butt was huge. I didn't really think anything of it. So my mom's just like, just push it away. Don't go near it. I'm like, I think it's dead. She's like, we'll just kick it away. So I barely kicked the thing, and the butt explodes, and like millions, not like maybe thousands, of little spiders just come spewing out of it like a lava to a volcano project at, in school. And the thing is just like coming out. I'm like, oh my God. My mom just like grabs the weed killer, pumps it up a few times, and just like sprays the damn garage. And she's like, just go inside. They're dead. And I'm just like, I am never, ever going back into that garage ever again. No way can I go into that garage. So from there on out, I usually don't go near like dark, scary corners of like garages or rooms, just because I know there's a spider lurking there.
Oh my gosh. I don't blame you. I have a pet tarantula. I love her a lot. And my fiance has 2. So together we have 3 big pet spiders.
Oh my God. Plus your birds.
Yeah, plus birds. And I also want a bunch of reptiles and hissing
what if that thing
cockroaches.
gets lost? What if it just gets loose in your room?
Then you find it.
Oh God. And you're just not afraid of it. Like, aren't you afraid it's going to bite you?
They don't really bite. If they feel threatened, they'll flick their hairs at you first, which is just a little bit itchy, like a nuisance.
Mm.
But most tarantulas are pretty tame. The more colorful the spider, the more like violent it'll be. So like cobalt blues are bright blue tarantulas, and those tend to be pretty violent. They'll bite you a lot sooner than a brown one would. But for the most part, they're pretty chill. Like I can scoop her up, and she might not like it, but she won't like bother me.
Oh wow. Well, look at you, the spider tamer. Good for you. All right, here's one for you. What's something that people think makes them look cool, but actually makes them look ridiculous?
Vaping.
Oh my god, I was just thinking that too. I'm like, what would be the equivalent? Like, I think I want to hear your answer just for that. Like, your
Why?
Why
I think it's ridiculous? Because it reminds me of just like, I don't know, like a 12-year-old kid that wants to look cool, but you have this big block looking machine that you're like sucking smoke out of. Like, I don't know. It looks like it's like a pacifier for adults. Okay.
Oh my god, it is.
I understand people using it if they're like trying to wean off of smoking and it helps with that, but oh my gosh, it's some people just gotta have my vape, like you think it's cool, but it's kind of silly.
Well, this is what I don't get. And I know that some of you guys probably out there that listen to us vape. I just want to know, like, truly want to know, why do you think it's any different from smoking? Because it's no different. You're still breathing in awful chemicals into your body, and they're not exiting the same way, and they're still going to cause you cancer regardless. Anything will cause cancer in this world. But if you think that smoking's a dirty habit, why do you think vaping's not a dirty habit? It's the same thing, just in a different form. Like, how stupid can you be to think that this would be a safer, weenier way to get you off of smoking? It's not. Just take a nicotine patch and go on with your life.
God.
I don't get it. And now here's the other thing, though. Okay, if you are going to vape, though, okay, and I have to unfortunately be in your wake, please let it be cotton candy flavored. Because it smells amazing, but still, I don't want to be in the wake. I have asthma, and it sucks when I have to be in your smoking, vaping wake. It still irritates my respiratory system. So, yeah. But that's, I can't believe you had thought that, though. That was, like, the first thing I thought of. I'm like, stupidity of vapors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true, though. Like,
don't ask me number 9. That's a stupid question. Don't ask
okay,
me
we'll
that.
skip to 11. We'll edit that out. We'll skip to 11 because number 10 is lame, too.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Pickle. What is the no, that's the pickle for us to edit back in.
Wait, was there a previous pickle?
There was no previous pickle, but we're going to edit that out anyway.
Okay.
Like us telling we're going to skip a line.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Just
so
like, wait, what's the pickle for? Where's the previous pickle?
We only have one pickle. Where's my second pickle?
Yeah. Who's touched my pickle? What's the most useless product around?
Well, I have to ask you this.
I know, this is stupid.
No, it's not. This is a funny one.
I guess. Depends.
Do you want me to skip more?
No, ask it.
Okay. All right, we're going to edit back in, all right? Okay, Space, what is the most useless product that is around today?
I don't know. There's like hundreds of them. Any ad seen on TV product is a useless product.
Oh my god, that whole useless store in the mall.
God, it's just like, okay, every time, I'm just going to say it as a whole, the most useless product around today probably is going to be either A, that banana slicer that's in the shape of a banana, or anything that you have to cut your vegetables with, really. I mean, like, how lazy do you have to be that you can't pull out a knife and chop? It's not that difficult. You can easily learn how to chop on a YouTube video. But God, you have to use some sort of stupid as seen on TV, maybe once before it breaks. And then you realize, I'm so glad I only paid $10 for it. But no joke, like every time, like there's okay. I think my most notorious one, I think my favorite is the are the ones where people use knives, and they always use a chef's knife to cut bread. Now, if you guys don't know what a chef's
Why?
knife is, okay, a chef's knife is it's almost not a cleaver, but take like a ruler and then take kind of like just a curvature from the tip of one side and go down like you're swinging down and then go straight up like halfway up to like the 6 inch mark. That would be like a chef's knife. Okay. So it's a little bit heavier and that's typically what you cut with. Okay. You don't cut bread with a chef's knife. That's how you squish a bread, but that's how
Yeah,
they
you have
do
to
it.
use a serrated knife for bread.
Well, that's what they do later on. They're like, buy this serrated knife. It's better. It cuts through everything. I can cut through this rod and it doesn't dull. And I'm like, but no one's going to cut through a rod. No one's going to do that. And then and I'm like, this is stupid. I understand that you're trying to like sell, but I hate the fact that you're selling stupid to stupid. And that drives me nuts. So like,
God.
that's my biggest pet peeve is people selling stupid to stupid. It's just not cool. It's funny as fuck to watch, but it's not cool.
I my personal favorite useless like product is the Happy Hot Dog Man.
The hell is a happy hot dog man?
The Happy Hot Dog Man. God, just Google it, really. It's
I
like a
am
little
right
plastic
now.
thing that you stick a hot dog in, and when you press it down, it cuts it to make it look like a stick man. And kids are supposed to like decorate their hot dogs or whatever. I'm just like, this is stupid. No one's gonna play with it. You put ketchup on just a plain hot dok, that shit's just gonna slide
Oh
off.
my
Like,
god. That's stupid. No kid plays with their hot dog. They eat the hot dog.
I can know kids play with their food, but this is
Stupid.
going too far.
It's almost as bad as like Netflix literally producing every idea that comes at them. God. Okay. Anyways, um, this is a stupid question, but I guess I could go really anyway. Is a hot dog a sandwich, and why?
No, a hot dog is not a sandwich because a sandwich has two pieces of separate breads with shit in the middle. Okay? That's two pieces. If anything, a hot dog is a taco.
Okay, but what if, and in most cases, the bun does separate because the hot dog is either too big and so is the stuffings inside of it? Then you have a hot dog nestled between two slabs of bun.
But it's
Is it?
not meant to be that way.
But it could be.
Like if you're going to be a sandwich, you have to be intentionally a sandwich.
True.
Now, if somebody takes like a hot dog and then puts it on two slices of bread, that's a sandwich. But if it's a bun and it's connected, then that is not a sandwich.
Mm, God. Yeah. I've got, yeah. I think it's not a sandwich either. It is a
No,
taco.
it is more like a taco
It
because
is a
it's
taco.
connected at the bottom with contents inside of it. It's like an American taco.
American taco. I don't know. I feel like that's a song. Bean, what's the worst food you've ever ate?
Oh God. Okay, it's a drink, but the worst thing I've ever. Okay, it's a drink. It's not food, but this still counts. It was this like honey sweet tea liquor. I don't remember what kind. It was Oh shit.
Are you
Okay.
there?
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
I'm
okay.
googling it. I'm googling it because I gotta know. I have to dunk on this. Ugh. I cannot figure it out. But it was disgusting. It was supposed to be like a sweet tea flavored alcohol. And my cousin and I were like, this doesn't sound too bad. And we tried it. And both of us literally like spit into the sink. And I was physically gagging. Like it was so disgusting to me that I was gagging. And I took the spray nozzle in the sink and was spraying my mouth out. It was disgusting. I hated it. Never again.
Have you ever had? Okay, so you know how like Monster and Rockstar they make like Java or coffee in a can? I will
Yeah.
never ever drink coffee out of a can again because I don't know. To this day, I still don't understand what it was that like ingested, but like it was. I know that it was a Monster Java something or other, and yes, my Coke. And then I'm so thirsty right now. You guys have no idea. And then I took a drink of it, and it texture wise, it was like something coagulated in the mouth. I couldn't tell if it was like snot or if it was just something like jelly, but it was not supposed to be in that can, and it was. And I spat it out, and I'm like, never again. I will never have coffee in a can. And I can't. Disgusting. I don't know. So no canned chocolate milks, no canned anything unless it's just a soda or an energy drink, but no canned liquid like milkiness. I just don't trust it anymore.
Ugh. No. Okay. What is your spirit animal and why? This is such a cliche question, especially for furries, but you know.
Okay, so it's a polar bear because they are the most majestic beasts to roam this earth. And they're just adorable. But I think, like, I don't think I've ever actually, no, I think I've said it before. If I had to pick just overall, because humans are also considered animals, they're still in the same kingdom. I would say my spirit animal is any black diva out there who is sassy and amazing. I embody that spirit with me all the time. So there you go.
Well, in that case, mine is Justin McElroy. Which you probably don't know who that is, but some fans might.
I was thinking like, I have no
Steve
idea
Buscemi.
I don't think I know who that is either.
What? You don't know Steve Buscemi?
I don't think so.
Oh, well. You're a loss.
Like, I embody, like, Diana Ross, a little bit of Beyonce, a little bit of, what's her face that goes, I don't know what her name is. I forgot already.
Oh, my God. You're a tempt.
What is her name?
I don't know.
Frick. Whatever. It's not worth it anymore.
My cousin always teases me and says that, like, Justin McElroy and I are the same person. She's like, I don't know, man. I've never seen y'all in the same room. And I'm just like, that's true.
Girl, you don't even know. You don't know. Okay. Would you rather trade some intelligence for looks or looks for intelligence?
Oh, God. I guess it depends on what kind of intelligence they're taking from me.
We'll say,
and how much some is, because like I would gladly trade my like random knowledge of useless things for like a little bit more beauty, because I'm not the prettiest chunk of meat out there.
Whatever.
But if it was like my intelligence for like sewing or teaching, then I would rather, give away some looks for more intelligence in those departments.
My God. I don't know. I don't think I would do either one of those.
Okay, if you could breed two animals together to defy the laws of nature, what new animal would you create? And this would, let's just assume that this wouldn't mess up anything like environment-wise. So
okay.
No repercussions. Go.
No repercussions whatsoever. Okay. So I would probably breed together a beluga whale because they're probably one of the biggest, most stupidest whales ever.
They got weird knees.
And they're just weird, okay? So a beluga whale with, I don't know, what's a weird animal out there?
Blobfish.
No, it's already in the ocean, and that thing's just weird as fuck. Now, do like a beluga whale meets kind of like, I guess you could say like an aardvark. I don't know.
Oh my God.
I don't know what would happen with that, but it would just be like the weirdest thing. I don't know. It sounds weird. Like a beluga whale, like it's a loogie. It's a giant loogie that breathes air, and then you got an aardvark.
A giant loogie with knees.
Yeah, and then on top of that, you got like the complete opposite, an aardvark that is just like this armored thingy. And so it's totally not squishy. So you put the two together, you probably would have the coolest like hybrid, water to land species ever.
Oh my gosh.
That was a burp.
That's exactly what it would sound like.
Yeah. It could probably roll, like it could probably like, I don't know, spiral in and then like become like a, I don't know. I can't think of it. I want to draw it though, because I can already see what it would look like.
Oh my gosh.
Beluga vark. Okay.
Blark.
Blark. Yeah. Oh my God. What animal would be the most terrifying if it could speak?
Oh my gosh. Cockatoos. Cockatoos,
Elaborate on that.
because cockatoos are like toddlers on acid. They can already like speak repetition words. Not a lot of them. They're not the most like talkative birds. But they like to scream, and if you ever watch videos of cockatoos, they're always like flailing themselves around and like shaking things and tearing things up. They're probably like the most destructive parrot you can own. And if it could speak to you, it would just be yelling at you all the time.
Oh my God.
All the time. And it wouldn't be nice about it. It wouldn't be nice about it.
That's terrifying as it is. I can't really think of anything else. I guess like a bird would be pretty terrifying if it could speak. Like okay, there you go.
Because they scream. They scream so much.
What are those birds that circle you when you're about to die?
Vultures.
Can you imagine then, like, you're about to die and you can hear these vultures like, there's a big one for you, Ralph. And it's just like, that would be the worst. That's when you know you're going crazy, right? Because you already know you're just like, you're delusional and you're hearing birds talking and you're about to die. So, God.
Oh, gosh.
My goodness. Okay.
Ugh. Okay, would you rather have unlimited sushi for life or unlimited tacos?
Okay, well, I have a rule about seafood, and that is if it swims in the sea, it doesn't belong in me, so I will take tacos for life. There you go. Moving on. Okay, Bean, would you rather have skin that changes color based on your emotions or tattoos appear all over your body depicting what you did yesterday? Oh my God.
Okay, here's my question. Do the tattoos disappear every day and get replaced?
Yeah.
Or do they just keep layering on top of each other? Because after like a month, you would run out of space and then they would just start to make your skin completely black.
It's like an animated wall painting, basically, that like I'm adding animation in there. It's like a wall painting that disappears and reappears with the thing you just did yesterday. So if you murdered your mom, then it would definitely show that you murdered your mom. Not that you would.
Oh my God. Man, I have a lot of tattoos of just me sitting in bed. All right.
That girl had sex yesterday. Look at her.
And yeah, that's a valid point.
Yeah. Yeah.
You would have to be very careful about what you've done. You've done some questionable things. And it also depends on if your entire skin changes color, like all of it, or just parts of it. Because parts of it would be really cool, like cool markings and stuff. I think I'm gonna go with the skin that changes color based on emotions, because the tattoo one could just tell people about shit that you don't want them to know about,
There's actually a vehicle in Japan that was developed a couple years ago based off of that. It was like covered in LEDs. And so if the car was happy, the color would turn yellow. And if the car felt like it was being efficient, it would turn green. But if it was running low on gas, it would turn red. So it was like an experiment they were trying out. And I've never actually seen it in real life, but it'd be kind of cool to see.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Kind of neat and creepy. Oh my. Oh. That one's easy. Ask it.
Would you rather go 30 days without your phone or your entire life without dessert?
30 days without my phone. Easy peasy.
Yeah, that's easy.
That's not hard to do. I mean, for the youngins out there that their life is on social media, you guys are screwed. But
sorry, my life is cake.
Legit, I went what was it, yesterday? And then I think on Saturday, because I had to work on Saturday. I put my phone in my computer backpack and I took it to work. And I totally forgot that it was in my backpack, and I just left it there all day. Didn't need it. I mean, I had a computer in front of me, but I spent the day with Tara. Literally, I print off like adult coloring pages at work, and we just color at work. So that's all we do. So I had no idea. I guess Felix had messaged me a couple of times. I'm like, oh, I forgot I even had my phone on me. Look at that.
Oh, whoops.
Easy. Okay. Man, you get all the would you rathers. Would you rather be the best player on a horrible team or the worst player on a great team?
I'd rather be the best player on a horrible team just because that means I would have gained a life skill and that I could probably be recognized on other teams and move on to other ones. Also, I hate sports, so this wouldn't happen. But theoretically, I would rather be the best player. I used to actually play basketball back in middle school and early high school, but because like I was a victim of bullying, even though the coach wanted me to join the team members consistently like wouldn't pass the ball to me, or they would purposefully knock me down. One of them broke my glasses once, so I just stopped playing and didn't go further into it.
That's a sad story.
I'm sorry. Well, to make it funny, the girl who broke my glasses, she broke them with her tits. So getting smacked to the face by tits as a young gay was worth it.
Oh, wow. 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 Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, jeez. Okay, if one animal was made the size of an elephant, we're furries, it's fine. If one animal was made the size of an elephant, which would be the scariest?
I don't know, like all of them? Anything. I mean, okay. Here's the thing, right? So I'm a tall person, and even when I get up next to a horse, those things scare me. Those things are all freaking muscle. So just like imagine standing next to a tractor and imagining a animal being about that size. I don't know. I think shoot, there's a lot of them out there. Probably would be like I don't know, maybe like a mountain lion. That'd be freaky. Some sort of lion or any bear, really. I get like bears are adorable. Yeah, a bird. Oh my god, a bird would be scary as fuck because like you get it's like it's okay, no joke. It's like those videos where people save like a squirrel and the squirrel runs across the field and then a bird comes and grabs it. It's like that. Like, what if your cockatoo, is literally the size of an elephant? Girl, you're the meal. You best be running or hiding. A bird, I'll say it. Any freaking bird the size of an elephant, we're all screwed.
Ugh, mockingbirds. Imagine how loud.
Oh man. What about those birds that can replicate any sound? I can't remember what they're called.
Oh yeah, I forget what those are called, but
they have like the most extensive vocals any animal has ever had. It is insane. Yeah. Okay. Who or where would you haunt if you were a ghost?
I would haunt the White House. Definitely. And I pick where instead of who because that means I can haunt whatever president I think is an asshole at the time.
Right on.
You know how stressed I would make Donald Trump? Oh my god.
He'd be like, I could just think of all the things you could do.
Oh my gosh. I would destroy his life as a ghost. I would just mess him up.
You could like fly into like a fireplace and then like roar at me like, you're fired.
Oh my gosh. I would like get into his like computer and make it freak all out and like secretly send people his secret documents and I would release his nudes.
My god. Stupid.
Oh god. Yeah, it is stupid, but I'd do it.
Stupid.
All right. If you were reincarnated as a famous landmark, which would it be?
I think it would be the giant penis that's in Georgia. The one that you were telling me about.
Oh, giant penis? You mean...
You told me there was like a penis statue or something like that?
Oh, it's not giant. It's just a penis statue that is in, it's in the Vortex in Midtown.
Okay. Well,
You wrote the penis for good luck.
I'll
It's
take
not a
any.
landmark, but
Okay, well, okay, you know what? Then fine. I'll change it to Japan. Japan has like a
just the entire thing of Japan.
no, I am all of Japan. No, like in Japan itself, there's like a landmark or like an area where they worship the penis. It's everywhere. So I want to be there.
That landmark.
That is me. I want you to ride my landmark. That's really bad. That's really bad. Don't ride me. Just touch me gently. Which celebrity chef would you most likely Oh wait. Which celebrity chef would you most like to make you dinner?
Oh my gosh. I don't know if he's a chef, but he's a food guy. Guy Fieri.
He's a chef.
That funky little man. I love him.
His hair. Oh, his hair. It's like from the 90s,
I love
man.
his hair. I know, I love it. He's such a cool dude as well. Like, he got a marriage license and he marries gay people.
Oh, that's awesome. Good for him.
Woo!
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh. If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be? And let's just go ahead and say that this food won't make you malnourished or whatever. Like, automatically it won't kill you if it's the only thing you eat.
It would be hands down a Costco cheese pizza.
Ooh,
for the rest
Costco has
of
good
my
pizza.
life. I don't know why and how they make their pizza. Their pizzas. There you go. Their pizza's so freaking good, but man, they must like
it's so good
dump.
And it's so cheap.
It's so fucking good. And their hot dogs are good too. Like anything they make,
really, everything is good.
Yeah, I could. If Costco were my house, that would be the coolest house ever. I'd have everything. I'd be set for life.
Pro tip to everybody, you don't need to have a Costco membership to walk into the food court.
You do in Utah.
Really? Here, people just walk in through the out and they're like, we're just here for the food court because you can't go past the registers.
Oh. In Utah, they make you, they scan the exits. So they make you show them your card.
Dang.
Which is stupid. You could make your own Costco card at this point and then just be like, boop, I'm a member. And then walk in. Let's see. Okay, here we go. I think I already know the answer to this question. How much would someone have to pay you to eat a live spider?
Oh, how big? What kind?
We'll say it's a cave spider, and they're really big.
What is that?
You've never seen them?
No.
Cave spider. I once saw a cave spider in a magazine. Its body was like to the floor, so it's probably like take the palm of your hand without your fingers, and that's its body. Okay, and then its legs basically go up straight into the air and then back down. So it basically is like its body is on the ground and its legs just kind of move around.
Hey, I don't like that.
Okay, but you have a tarantula though.
I do, but that's not a cave spider. Tarantulas are fuzzy and cute.
This thing looks like it looks moisturized and kind of wet.
I would say I wouldn't do it no matter how much money. Because if somebody told you to eat like a tarantula, I wouldn't want to do it because they're good pets. And every other spider is kind of scary. So not enough money in the world, honey bun.
Not enough money.
I would say like $1 billion. So if somebody actually had $1 billion they were willing to give me, maybe then I would suck it up and eat one. But like that is the high limit. It has to be like a shit ton of money. Okay, do you have any superstitions?
Yes. I always throw salt over my right shoulder. In regards to anything that's mysteriously that's happening at that moment. So I would assume, I guess I would have to have salt on me. But one of my superstitions is when I drive through a yellow, almost to red light, where I basically kiss my fingers, kind of like the, what do you call it? The catching fire. What's the girls, the do symbol?
Oh, yeah.
Katniss Everdeen symbol. Basically, you kiss your fingers and then you touch the top of your ceiling of your car and you drive through it. I don't know why, but I always do it. I always feel like it keeps me safe. It's just something that I always do. I also never, as much as I love the paranormal world, I never go looking for places for possible ways for the other side to get back in. So that means I'm not going to go to shifty websites. I'm not going to purposely go to a seance or, a graveyard at night when you're asking for trouble. I usually stay away from
Ouija
those.
boards.
Fuck no. I don't care. I saw a Ouija board that was like a Toy Story themed Ouija board. And I'm like,
yeah.
what are we teaching our kids now? No, I stay away from all of that shit. If any way that I can prevent from one side coming to the other side, I will stay away from that.
Oh, my fiance has a Ouija board stuck in her closet, and it's an antique, and I'm just like, don't ever take it out.
Like it's stuck, like it won't leave, or
no, it's just put in her closet. Like it's just there.
Don't go in that closet. You're fucked if you go in there. All right. What? Okay. Bean, how much would someone have to pay for your little toe? That's a really weird question.
I mean, I'm willing to give up my little toe. Honestly, I am. I'll give you both. Fuck. I need money. I'm just trying to think, what is it worth? What would somebody pay for something like that?
What would you do with something like that?
I'm more if I could be like put under while they're taking it off. Now, if I have to be awake while they're ripping off my toe, then like $1 million. If I could be put to sleep, I would charge less.
That's such a weird question to ask.
Isn't it?
Who came up with these questions? Ugh, people. Okay.
Okay, if you were a woman for a day, what would be the first thing you'd do?
Touch my breasts.
Yes.
That's the first thing I would do. And then I would run into the bathroom and I'd be like, oh, hell yeah. I'm going to do my hair. I'm going to do my makeup. I can't believe these girls are real. And then I would make sure that downtown Lester Brown was actually a vagive and go for there and see if that was a real thing. And I probably would not touch it. In fact, I would probably like bandage it up and be like, you don't exist. Because I don't want to touch that.
How would you be? You have a whole day.
Slap a diaper on or something.
It's funny because I know you're a gay man, so like vagina doesn't like intrigue you. But if I were a dude, the first thing I would do is slap around my dick. Like, what is this? Whap? Does it really windmill? Let me shake my hips. Does it float in water? I don't know. I'm gonna go find out. Like, I would answer all my questions.
Do boobs float in the water?
If they're big enough, yeah.
Oh, that's sweet. It's like a life preserver.
I mean, eventually they sink down, but they do lift.
That's awesome. Right on. Okay. Let's see here. Would you rather be locked inside an old building with your girlfriend or inside an amusement park with a celebrity? Oh, well, that's stupid.
Wait, why would somebody pick the first one?
I don't know.
Because that's putting you and your significant other in a scary situation.
Yeah, but sometimes the best things happen in scary situations. You learn more about your significant other. I don't know.
I'm gonna go with the amusement park because I want to ride a roller coaster with David Bowie.
He's dead.
If he was alive, Space.
Okay.
This is Would You Rather.
Would you rather? You're right.
Okay, fine. I'll go for somebody alive. Cher.
Are we sure that she's alive though?
She's alive. Cher is alive and well. I follow her Twitter.
I am a firm believer that Cher could possibly be a double or some sort of like robotic humanoid because there's just no way that woman could keep up. That she's more plastic than she is human. There's just no way.
I love her so much. I want her to destroy me with her thighs.
Oh my god. Wow. She's going to smother you. I'm going to have so much fun editing this show on Thursday. Good Lord.
Okay, what is something weird that you recommend everybody tries at least once?
Something weird that I recommend everyone trying something once. Oh, shoot. That's a tough question. Not religion. God, I don't know. Okay, yeah, sure. You know what?
Not religion.
Right? Okay, just for the hell of it, a butt plug, or a dildo. Everyone needs to at least experience it once to know what it feels
What, butt
like.
stuff?
Butt stuff. Just try it once. If you don't like it, great. If you do, awesome. You've discovered a new thing about yourself. But definitely not
Oh
religion.
my god.
Um, let's see here. Why straight from the muzzle?
Like, why I chose to do this, or why did we pick that name?
However you want to take the question.
Hmm. It was just a gut feeling. Like, when I first got introduced to For Media originally, and I listened to all your episodes on YouTube, it just felt like a gut feeling that I had to, like, message you and I had to try to, like, get to know who you were. I don't know why you specifically, but I was like, I gotta know. And so I was like, maybe I can, like, get their attention if I suggest a show topic. And that worked. So it was literally just a gut feeling that was like, this feels right. I'm going to try.
It's a good answer. Yeah, I picked you for a reason. No, I don't really know the reasons. I picked people reasons, like I pick them out based off of specific characteristics of them. I kind of look for key answers if I ask them questions. How long does it take them to answer the question? Things like that. And so my process of picking people for staff is very particular, but it only I can
Mm.
do it is the thing. So
Yeah, to what I can think of, I've only ever seen you put new staff members up.
if I do bring on a new staff member, it's usually because no one's expecting it. But it's something that it's something that sparked interest out of nowhere and it's caught my attention and I want to go for it. And I want to get it because I feel like there's something special about that person that you just can't find anywhere else. And that's why I have the team
Yeah.
that I have. They're weird and they're
I love
awesome.
our staff.
Yeah. They're all individually weird and awesome. So, yeah. I'm glad to have you.
Aw. Okay, fine. Then I have to come up with a special question now. I can't just ask you what you would do if you had titties.
I mean, because I already know.
We gotta end this emotionally.
I already know the answer to that question.
Yeah, because you answered it earlier, I
No,
think.
if I had titties, I would be like, given enough suction, I wonder if I could really drink milk from these, and I would try it.
Oh my god. That sounds
I
difficult.
know, but I mean, it sounds like fun to do, though.
Oh god. Cursed. You're
I
cursed.
already know this.
Okay, how about um if you fuck. You asked such a good one. Okay, how do you feel about the podcast layout compared to the live show? Like, do you like the change, or are you still getting used to it?
Still getting used to it. It's different. I don't. It's different because with live shows, you can't edit it. I mean, you can afterwards, but when something happens, it happens. You kind of have to deal with it in the moment, which is what I always liked. It's kind of what I always liked about the For Media layout. And I teeter-tottered for like 6 years trying to figure out what For Media was. Was it a podcast? Was it a live stream? Was it just a show? What kind of show? Like I could never like figure it out. But I miss that aspect of, every once in a while just because it was fun. But it became a little bit more difficult over time. With the podcast, it's fun because, I don't have to worry about necessarily making sure that all the live equipment is good and that they can hear us. I can actually do the edits within a program itself. And then the fun part too that I really liked that I didn't get to really do with For Media shows because I would just upload them right after we were done is that I get to listen back on the shows and all the fun things that we like talk about. And I really think to myself like, oh my God, did we actually just say that? And so it's most of the time I just kind of like blow over it. I'm just like, it's raw material. I'm just trying to edit as little as possible. And I go from there. So a lot of the shows that we still upload onto, Buzzsprout, those are still raw information. Little is cut out of it. And if anything is done to it, it's either to increase or minimize sound or volume, so that way we can both sound equally there. One issue I run into is editing audio, is that sometimes if I edit audio, it kind of speeds up the track a little bit. So I kind of have to now listen to the show, and I have to basically figure out, when Bean's reaction to a question or an answer that I have would be too quickly or too slow. So it's a different world. It's exciting, but I'm still getting used to it. I like it, and I think I'll probably like it for the next couple of years, but it's not the same, but it's fun and exciting. That's basically all I have to say about that. I know it's not like sappy material or anything.
Okay, so that was pretty much our show for Spitfire Friday. Sorry we couldn't get the transgender show in. We just couldn't get the scheduling. But if you know anybody or you are a transgender furry and you want to talk to us about doing an interview, that kind of topic doesn't have to be limited to Pride Month. So shoot us an email if you'd like to. We can interview you and see if you're a good match. And we can get that going maybe sometime during the end game of this season. But for now, we hope you enjoyed this little placeholder, and we will be seeing you next Friday.
Have a great day.
See you later.